Shalom, brother and sister truth seekers. Just wanted to do a quick video, try to get people, rally the troops, get them prepped for this upcoming seasonal transition. But if you're planning to collect any sundial data or any kind of luminary position data for this upcoming seasonal transition, please let me know. And I'll try and collect everyone's data to one place. There are some Facebook groups where I'm also posting updates, pictures of data, and everyone's kind of free to post their data to that group. It's called like Solar Tracking, or I'll have it in the description below this video. But to explain, for those of you who may not have seen this data or understand what's going on in this picture, I will explain briefly to you. This is a new method I'm trying. I typically do the straight line method. I have done the straight line method with a sundial and shadows in past years, and I will be doing that again, weather permitting. But just to explain what this other method is, it's a work in progress, but it definitely gives a good indication when the seasonal transitions are near. I'm not going to hang my hat on this. I need to perfect it a little. I need to kind of recalibrate a few things, but it does give you the ballpark idea. So, but we definitely need as many people as possible looking to confirm the positions of the heavenly luminaries. So if that's you, let me know, and I'll try and get everyone's data together so truth seekers can kind of analyze and compare and kind of do with that what they need to do with it. But just so you understand what's going on here, what this is the sun's movement with respect to the celestial equator. So that's what this red line is. It's kind of the middle point of heaven. If you think of the Earth and the equator on Earth, it's kind of right in the middle of north and south. Well, the celestial equator is theoretically the same thing. It's right in the middle of north and south. And so the seasons are created each year because of the sun's shifting with respect. It's north-south shifting with respect to this celestial equator. And so, for example, like obviously you can see this compass here. So east, this is the path of the sun. It travels along these lines roughly. So I take pictures of the sun, and for example, here are a couple pictures that were taken in the same day, and I connect a yellow line between them so you can see it was 4:30 when I took this picture, and then it was 5:20. So the sun is obviously moving east to west every day. But in addition, every day it shifts a little bit north and south. And it goes way above the celestial equator near the longest day of the year here in North America, and this is West Virginia, USA. And then in the wintertime the sun will be way down here in the south. I haven't even gotten any data for that yet, but so you can see during the time of the seasonal transition from winter to spring this year, the data was really close, and I have other videos kind of analyzing that, but you can see the shifting. It was like right around the 19th, I guess, and then the 20th right there. It was right around the celestial equator, and so during approximately around the longest day of the year, the sun was way up here, and then you can see here the sun is returning about a month ago. And not even a month ago, like maybe a week or two ago, the sun has returned this far. And then just the other day, I just snapped a picture of the sun here. And so you can see it's even closer to the celestial equator. And what I've found is as the sun gets near the celestial equator, the movement speeds up. So like out here, for example, the north-south shifting of the sun, obviously the sun is traveling east to west over the course of the day, but that slight north-south shifting is very slight. like out near the longest and shortest days of the year. Not sure why, but when it gets close to this middle line, the celestial equator, the movement is more substantial. So that's why if you kind of look from here to here, it doesn't look that much, but then like in 1 to 2 weeks, it's already jumped quite substantially, and it's only going to be another 1 or 2 weeks before it gets to this line down here. And so again, this year it's kind of, I'm just using this data as a ballpark, but I will be trying the straight line method, and I look forward to other people hopefully trying that as well. But again, just a little more explanation about how I created this. I set up a mount for my camera that all of these pictures were taken from. So essentially, all I've done, let me pull one of them, is I just stack picture upon picture, and since they were taken from the same exact position, all I have to do is drag them all the way to the left and up. And, well, you can't drag them above the boundaries of the Excel spreadsheet or they'll mess it up. But I just make sure it's all the way up in the corner up here, and that shows me, you know, that it's a consistent frame of reference, so I can overlay these pictures in theory, and they're all, you know, showing me where the sun's position is each day. But how I was able to come up with the celestial equator, if you've ever used the computer software Stellarium, that's where this screen capture is taken from. And if you look, you will see, if you turn on the grid lines, you'll see that there's a line that runs right above that top star in Orion's belt. And if you look, you'll see this is grid line 0. This is the theoretical celestial equator according to Stellarium. So that's all I did. I took my camera and took some night pictures of the stars, and that's what these 3 dots are you're looking at here, 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 and here. And just in case you did not realize this, the stars, unlike the moon and the sun, do not shift north to south. I think Stellarium, if you fast forward like 30,000 years or something crazy like that, then you will see a little bit of shifting. I don't know, you know, if that's really relevant or important, or maybe that's just an error in Stellarium, or I don't think it really matters to us or to this discussion. For all intents and purposes, the stars do not shift north to south. They only just follow this track, like they spin along their paths, and that's why if you've ever seen pictures of like star trails or star wheels, you see those pictures of like the circular patterns the star trails are making, these cameras are taking. They can do that because the stars are just following the same path. They don't shift north and south like the moon does. You can see I have a few pictures of the moon here, so you can kind of see how it does that shifting too from north to south. But the sun, the stars don't. So I was able to take my camera out and take pictures of the stars, and I just, in this case, I guess I took 1 picture, 2 pictures, 3, 4, 5 pictures, and I overlaid the stars with some red dots to make it easier to see, but just so that you can see, you know, if you can just overlay that and imagine. I then like measured to kind of approximate where this line is according to Stellarium, how high it was above that star, and that's kind of the part I need to recalibrate. It's again, it's a work in progress, but I think it has a lot of potential, and I'm just looking forward to doing as many methods as possible to try and make these confirmations. But so I guess that's it for now. Stay tuned. We shall see. We got about maybe like a week or 2. So please get out there and start practicing whatever method you're going to do, and let me know so I can please share your data with me, or jump on those Facebook groups and share your data directly with those groups, and everyone can kind of do with that data what they need to do, without necessarily getting into all the different calendar debates out there, but just kind of collecting the data, see what the luminaries are doing, and then each person kind of doing what they need to do with it. So let me know if you're going to do anything, and or let me know if you have any questions, suggestions, or anything, and we'll see what happens here. What do I want to say? If I didn't mention it, this north to south shifting of the sun is what gives us the seasons. Like in North America, in West Virginia, when the sun hits its highest northern position, we're getting summer. That's the first day of summer, when the sun hits its northernmost position. And when the sun hits its southernmost position, that's the first day of winter. And it's right in the middle, when the sun crosses the celestial equator. That is the division of the seasons of spring and fall. And so I'm not sure why they call them the fall holy days, if that's just a tradition, or maybe the Bible uses a different word, like the holy days of the harvest or something. I'm gonna have to look into that. But it's an interesting thing, because the seasons are strictly position based. They're a solar phenomenon. When they are. You even got to be careful about Google proclaiming when the seasons begin, because Google and timeanddate.com and software like this they're kind of giving you data based off of when the sun is. It's very important to understand what you're looking for when the sun is crossing over this celestial equator. Like timeanddate.com, that kind of stuff. I think they're giving you seasons based off of when the sun is the disk of the sun is crossing the celestial equator rather than bisected by it. And it's little slight differences that can make about 1 day of difference, which has the potential to throw off all the creators' time. So but I wanted to say, the Day of Trumpets is coming up, and in theory, I guess they're called the fall feasts, and I guess we want to make sure that the Day of Trumpets is in theory on the first day of the 7th solar month, which is also the first day of the 3rd solar season, which is the season of fall. Like solar seasons, solar months, solar years, all fit one inside the other like fingers inside of a glove. And so some of these different calendar methods out there do intercalate one way or another. So it's possible you could have the Day of Trumpets happening kind of on the last couple days of summer instead of the first day of fall. And again, when the seasons are, they're a solar phenomenon. Seasons happen because if the sun always stayed up here in the north and never shifted down here, North America would get cooked. And you would obviously never get winter. So seasons are a solar phenomenon, and I do believe the seasons are equal. I have videos about that. I know modern science claims they're not exactly equal, but I think that's just because of the way they're defining how the sun is crossing the celestial equator. But I think the seasons are equal, and exactly equal. And so you have an extreme position of the sun up here, an extreme position of the sun down here, and then you have right in the middle point here. And this is what the Book of Enoch talks about. It talks about the sun traveling through these positions. Enoch calls them portals or gates. But right in the middle is like the 3rd and the 4th portals. And I guess in the spring, the sun is heading this way. So the 4th portal or gate would be right here, and the 3rd portal would be right on the other side, and then so the 5th portal would be up here, and the 6th portal is up here. And it's just traveling through those portals, but it's the division of the seasons, it's the divisions of the solar years and the solar months. So anyway, I guess I'll stop rambling for now, and please stay tuned, let me know if you're doing anything, and shalom, and may Abba bless you to continually seek out his truth and love with a pure heart.